Hello everyone, this is Kubo from Sharoushi Masters. I receive messages from people living in various countries. They ask, can I receive a Japanese pension? I'm currently living outside of Japan overseas, but I have paid into the Japanese pension system before. Although it was only for a short period, I've heard that I might be able to receive it. What's the situation? I often get these kinds of questions. Currently, there are approximately 20 countries that have entered into formal social security agreements with Japan. For example, as listed here, this includes the United States, Canada, South Korea, the United Kingdom, France, Germany, Belgium, Italy, Australia, the Netherlands, Spain, and so on. Japan is connected to about 20 nations through these specific social security agreements. It is important to note that each of these countries has its own unique pension system. Of course, these systems are not the same. The pension systems differ from country to country. Even so, if you add up the periods throughout a person's life, such as the time spent in America, the time worked in Canada, and the time worked in Japan, if you treat these periods separately, you may end up not being able to receive any pension at all. So, within the rules of Social Security, if you have been paying into the system while working in each country, it is only natural that you should receive benefits accordingly. For about 20 countries, if they are covered by a Social Security agreement, you are protected in such a way that your periods of coverage can be combined and counted as a single pension, or in other words, your contributions can be totaled together. But still, you might wonder, if I receive a pension from one country, won't the amount I get from another be reduced? You might also worry, even if I receive a Japanese pension, will it be reduced or will my taxes increase significantly as a result? Until about 2 years ago, the United States had such a system. However, well, it's called WEP, but the United States has also abolished that system. So whether it's the Japanese pension and the American pension, or the Japanese and Canadian pensions, even if you receive both, neither pension will be reduced because of it. Please rest assured and leave it to us. If you are still alive, though that may sound rather rude, but that's just how pensions work. As long as you are alive, you have the right to receive a pension. Even if you have already passed 65 and are now 70, that's absolutely fine. Even considering the average life expectancy, it's absolutely fine. And while it's true that there is a 5-year statute of limitations for pensions, however, it is important to understand that this only means you cannot receive payments for periods more than 5 years ago from now. You can still receive payments for the past 5 years and for all future periods. So if you have not been receiving your pension as expected, please be sure to inquire about it as soon as possible. And for those who feel it's a waste to lose out due to the 5-year statute of limitations, there are ways to cover that, such as by deferring your claim, by deferring the payment rate increases. So if you start receiving your pension later, you can receive it at a higher rate. There are various systems like this in place. The pension system is pretty complicated, isn't it? I am what's called a social insurance and labor consultant, and I work with a national qualification in Japan. In Japan, when it comes to things like the pension system, the Labor Standards Act, or other laws overseen by the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, the professionals, those considered experts, are us social insurance and labor consultants. As a certified social insurance and labor consultant master, I am currently also working in Victoria, the capital of British Columbia, Canada. I also have an office in Japan. By connecting Japan and Canada in real time, I am able to provide consultations on various pension-related matters, so please feel free to entrust your concerns to me with confidence. Please be sure to scan the QR code and contact me if you have any inquiries. Well then, I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.